Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has resigned.
I intend to resign as party leader, as Prime Minister, after the party selects its next leader through a robust, nationwide, competitive process.
Sean Strickland's not Canadian, but he says it's a great day for Canada that dirty effing communist Justin Trudeau finally resigned after years of ruining his country. Now, just don't replace him with another piece of S liberal who hates freedom and loves taxes. Good luck, Canada. Strickland fought in Canada last year, lost the belt. He's trying to regain it next month against DDP in Australia. One Championship has a show on Friday at the Lumpini Stadium in Bangkok. Headlining the show is a featherweight contest, a featherweight title fight. Also on the card is the co-main event, bantamweight Muay Thai fight. John Lineker is in that fight. Yadong versus Henry Cejudo in the works for the UFC Seattle card, February 22nd, that fight night card. Possibly the main event. The card needs a main event, and they need to announce it because this event is next month. That's number 7 and 8 at bantamweights. Cejudo's coming off a loss to Merab Dvalishvili, and Song Yadong's coming off a loss to Piotr Yan. At the top of the division, Merab will be fighting Umar on the 18th of this month. Sean O'Malley wants the winner regardless of who wins. He wants the winner in March or April. Piotr Yan is coming off a victory over Davison Figueiredo. Sandhagen is coming off a loss to Umar Nurmagomedov via decision. Marlon Chito Vera is coming off a loss to Figueiredo by decision. Rob Font is coming off a win over Kyler Phillips. Mario Batista is coming off a win over Jose Aldo via decision. Ayman Zahabi is coming off a victory over Pedro Munoz. Marcus McGee won his last fight against Jonathan Martinez via decision. And Montel Jackson had one of the fastest knockouts last year, knocking out Damone Blackshear in just 18 seconds. Submission of the year winner for UFC Honors is Islam Makhachev. 5th round submission over Dustin Poirier to defend his lightweight strap. Unfortunately for Poirier, 3rd time in a title fight, he's been choked. PFL allowing elbows in all their fights now. Before, elbows were not allowed during the regular season and playoffs to minimize injuries, but then they started being allowed in the championship fights at the end of 24, but now they're allowed in all fights. That's what PFL chairman and founder Don Davis says, so he wants to use the unified rules of MMA. Jimmy Crute set to fight Rodolfo Bellato at UFC 312. That's scheduled for February 8th in Sydney, Australia, so Crute has home cage advantage in that one. This matchup comes after Pacquiao was initially scheduled to fight Crute, but he had to withdraw, so Bellato steps in as a replacement. He's a Brazilian prospect with a 12-2 record, so he's trying to make a name off Jimmy Crute, who hasn't won since 2020. Crute's looking to break that winless streak, and Bellato's aiming to make a statement in the UFC. UFC 312 is going to be headlined by DDP versus Strickland for the middleweight belt. Zhang Weili versus Tatiana Suarez for the strawweight championship is a co-main event. Tatiana Suarez putting her undefeated record on the line against her toughest test to date. Poirier's brother Alexander makes his debut on that card against Cody Handon. Also, Wang Tong versus Bruna Brazil also recently added to that card. Andreas Gustafsson's injury that has removed him from his fight on Saturday against Preston Parsons is a neck injury, but he says it's not as severe as some people say. It's not broken. That's fake news. We don't know what the exact problem is, but the team is in full swing with treatment to fix this as quickly as possible. Replacing him is Jacoby Smith. Shavkat Rakhmonov staying sharp. He probably won't fight till May against Bilal Muhammad. That's what Muhammad's manager Ali Abdel Aziz says. Gervonta Davis got a new look, hairstyle, ponytail. There's a lot of people talking about that. He's gearing up for his fight with Lamont Roche on March 1st. It's dubbed as a regional grudge match because they're from Baltimore and DC. Mackenzie Dern headlining Saturday's card against Amanda Hebus. Andy Hickey MMA compiled some stats of the last 50 shows headlined by women in the UFC. The first 25 had a lot more finishes than the next 25. The first 25 had a lot of KOs by Cyborg, Nunes, Ronda Rousey, armbarring people left and right. The recent 25 have less finishes. You have a lot more Apex cards with fighters in the middle of the rankings headlining shows. When you get women in the middle of the rankings headlining shows, they may not produce as many KOs and subs. Which is one reason there's some resistance to bring a 105-pound atomweight class to the UFC, because an even smaller weight class is likely going to generate even less finishes. They're very technical and fun to watch at 105, but when there's no threat of a finish, it decreases excitement. Dana White finishes off his cruise and back to work in Las Vegas. Most MMA fighters can't play any sports, but Diego Lopez looks okay at golf. Kaikar France and others giving respects to Hakarai Wilson, who sadly took his own life on New Year's Day in New Zealand. Former UFC fighter Jose Torres, who holds a win over number 3 ranked flyweight Amir Albazi, says, I have one more fight on my Brave contract, but they've collaborated with RESIGNS to let me fight on their recent card and open to let me fight different fun fight opportunities. So he wants to make a run for the RESIGNS flyweight title. Nathaniel would like to fight at UFC London March 22nd. He's coming off a win over Daniel the Pit Pineda in July. First option for him to fight, Muhammad Naimov rematch. Second option, Sean Woodson. And the third option would be Lerone Murphy. He says, moving to 145. People said I was too small. Charles Rosa was too big. Charles Jourdain would smoke me. And Andre Fili was too experienced. The moral of the story is MMA trolls' opinions mean F all. Cake Paul taking on Big Sam, January 24th, Nashville, Tennessee, Creator Fight League, which is the league of Anthony Taylor. Jan Blachowicz is the underdog in his fight with Carlos Ulberg March 22nd at UFC London. Blachowicz, obviously a tremendous fighter, former champ, legendary Polish power, but a bit older now and less active. Ulberg is a dynamic striker, precision, powerful kicks. He's got speed, athleticism, finishing ability, so he's a 2-1 favorite.
Minęło, na dzisiaj starczy. Także jeszcze tylko łeb pod wodę. Ja też wam życzę miłej niedzieli, a ja mogę wracać do domu oglądać serial. Pozdrawiam.
Aspen Ladd's brother is making his pro debut on Friday in LFA. He's 10-0 as an amateur, taking on TK Mattress, who's good at arm bars, has some TKOs on his record as well, so if Ladd ain't careful, Mattress could put him to sleep, but Ladd should be a big favorite in that. Ladd's sister, Aspen Ladd, last fought in Bellator in May.